can't make money as a truck driver. Truck driving is a terrible profession.
2 hours later.
Yep, and that's why you shouldn't be a truck driver. There's so many accusations. Let's talk about it. Those are some of the comments that I just see over and over again down below in the comment section. And if you happen to make it through my comment filter, you're probably just being a Karen. And you're gonna wind up getting blocked anyway. So don't waste your time. But to everyone that, that is here to learn, that is here to better themselves and to share some of their knowledge down in the comment section, just know that I greatly appreciate you. But these things, they needed to be addressed. I felt like they needed to be addressed because they come up a lot, especially to people that don't understand the industry or are thinking about getting into it. So I definitely wanted to address these for those people, and then for you other people that are being trolls, well, listen up, good buddies. Now first, let's talk about the public opinion about truck drivers. One of the things that I get a lot is, you don't look like a truck driver. And if I'm feeling a little saucy, I'll ask them, well, what does a truck driver look like? Because you're looking at one. This is what a truck driver looks like. The public opinion is just, unfortunately, it's just low about truck drivers. And to be honest, we've done it to ourselves. There's a video coming up that I'm thoroughly going to enjoy doing. So, if you get some value out of this video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. But I've got a really cool video coming out talking about how it used to be sexy to be a truck driver, and that's true. Back in the 80s, it was cool. They dressed well. They took pride in their rides. They had parties on Party Row, and they were out grilling all of the time. Fortunately, that's kind of lost. It's sad, and this public opinion has turned into, something that just doesn't bode well for truck drivers. When you're, walking in the truck stops and you see these other people, occasionally, it doesn't happen a lot, but occasionally you kind of get looks, and that's very disappointing. This needs to be addressed because it kind of falls squarely on our shoulders. How you take care of yourself, how you present yourself. If you step out of that truck in flip-flops and sweatpants and your hair's a mess and you smell bad, and you're walking through the truck stops or you're walking through Walmart and you've got that big flashing sign on top of your head with your headset on that says, yeah, I'm a truck driver, well, you're doing it to yourself. When people find out that I'm a truck driver, they're genuinely shocked. And I know that there are a ton of people out there like me, like you, that take pride in themselves and take pride in their ride. And we can really adjust this public opinion because it's just a few bad apples. Just understand that you may deal with that as a truck driver, but the only way that can affect your mood or your thoughts is if you allow it. So don't allow it. One of the things that I see a lot is, you can't make any money as a truck driver. And that's just ridiculous. That's somebody that had a cousin once that went to truck driving school and they made it through, and they never even made it out of training. Whenever you're going through training, you just don't get paid that well. It is what it is. That makes me laugh whenever I hear people say that you can't make money as a truck driver. Truck driving has made many, many millionaires. It has also set up a lot of people, and I'm going to talk about one in particular in this video. I know he doesn't mind. And that's Sammy over on the Make Sense Trucking channel. Sammy works 1, maybe 2 weeks at most, and then he takes 4 to 6 weeks off. Do you know any other profession that can do that? There's not many out there. Sammy does extremely well for himself, and it's because he has set himself up the right way. The thing is, we have, it is just pounded in our heads about this American dream. And the American dream is to run out and buy a car, buy a house, start a family only after you go to college and put yourself $100,000 to $200,000 in debt. Well, yeah, if you run out and you fail at that American dream, not really failure, but you decide to do something else, and you step into the truck driving world and you've amassed all of these bills, well, yeah, you're gonna have a really hard time getting over that hump. It's a short time frame to get over that and to get into the better side of things, the side where you make a lot of money, where you are your own boss, where you dictate, how much money you want to make for the month, or how much you want to run, or how much you want to be home, all of these things. The lifestyle that you choose, or that you make for yourself in the trucking industry, is completely up to you. You can do this on your own. You can also make truck driving very difficult on yourself. You can make it very tight where you're living paycheck to paycheck every week. If you're doing that in the trucking industry, you're going to be more miserable, unfortunately, because you are away from home a lot. And just compounding everything, you look at the situation from the macro, and it's like, well, I can do this at home and I'm not away from my family. Well, sure, of course. You just did truck driving wrong. For the people that say that you can't make money truck driving, that's absolutely ridiculous. You can make a killing. I bring home well over 6 figures every single year. So can you. Now, addressing you're gone away from your family all the time, or you have no home life, at first, yes, this is true. You have to pay your dues, just like any other profession. If you want to climb that ladder, you can't run out on an entry-level salary and buy the top of the line BMW to roll around in. So why would you think that you're going to step into the truck driving industry and you're going to make top level pay right out of the gate just because you're away from your family all of the time? No, that's a choice. It's a choice that you have to make. Now, if you're young, I feel like it's ideal to get into this as a young person. I get asked this a lot. And the thing is, you have to be smart with your money. You've heard me preach about this a lot. Give yourself a financial education, and getting into this industry, you can set yourself up very nicely for the rest of your life. And you may work less than 25% of the time. Or you could build your own trucking company where you stay home all of the time. The options are absolutely endless, but it is a choice that has to be made. And you have to put in the time, that on-the-job training. You have to learn how to drive the truck. You're probably going to be working for a company, and they're going to dictate how much home time you have. If you do it the smart way, then that time period of gaining that experience, building up that nest egg, saving up for that down payment, and buying the right truck and leasing onto the right company, you're going to be in such a better position after those 1 to 3 years that yes, it is a sacrifice, and it is a sacrifice that you have to make willingly, and it is a choice that you should decide if you're thinking about getting into the trucking industry. But for that very beginning phase of your trucking career, yes, you are going to be away from your family, but the ones that are always away from their families, because unfortunately you didn't set yourself up financially to really take advantage of what trucking has to offer. And I'm guilty of this, so don't think that I'm preaching to anyone. I'm guilty. I work all of the time, but there is certainly a means to an end. This truck that you can kind of barely see in the frame here, it's paid off. That trailer will be paid off ahead of schedule. And I'm going to be in such a great position once that happens, because I have given myself somewhat of a financial education, and I am learning the things that I wish I'd learned back in my 20s, but I've learned later in life. If you do that, if you're young and you kind of go about it the right way, you do not have to worry about home time. As a matter of fact, you're going to get more home time than anyone else. Even those local guys that work 60, 70 hours a week, they're exhausted by the end of the week. So how much home time do they truly have? Sure, they go home every night, they sleep in their bed every single night, but if you're exhausted, every single day when you get home, and then on the weekends you're trying to recoup for the next week, how much home time do you truly have? If you're only working 1 week and then you take 3 weeks off every single month, that sounds like the life to me, and you can absolutely do that. So the people that say that you have no home life, they didn't do it right. And they may be talking about that entry-level period where, yes, you have to make that decision, but just know, if you do it right, you can really set up one heck of a lifestyle. And speaking of lifestyles, the trucking lifestyle is a terrible one. That's ridiculous. It's just poor self-management is what it is. You can absolutely have a wonderful lifestyle out here. You just have to make better choices. And once again, it's just like anything in life. You have choice A and choice B. Which one do you want? And then that's going to result in what kind of lifestyle that you have. You can eat right out here. You don't have to eat all the fried food that's in these truck stops. You have to make the choice to go to the grocery store, get to Walmart, buy your own groceries, save up, buy yourself a fridge, get yourself a microwave oven, get yourself a crock pot, whatever you want to do. Figure out your way to make this lifestyle your own. You know, I've been working out lately, I've been eating healthy, I've been drinking a lot of water, and I feel absolutely wonderful. I mean, I'm pushing 40 this year, and I feel like I did back in my 20s. It's all up here, and it's all in the choices that you make. Yes, it is a sedentary lifestyle, so while you are sitting behind that wheel for extended periods of the day, sure, yeah, you could consider it a sedentary lifestyle, but guess what? You can pull that truck over anytime you want. I generally, unless I have a hot load, I generally pull over about every 3 hours or so for a restroom break. I try to walk multiple times a day. I try to eat healthy every day. I try to live a healthy lifestyle, and you can too. It is just a choice. So the people that say that the trucking lifestyle is terrible, you're lazy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that's a rude way to put it, but you know, I just, these comments that I see sometimes, they kind of get on my nerves whenever they're talking about something that, quite frankly, they're ignorant to. You are a reflection of your choices that you make, so keep that in mind. I'm not going to get into, you know, all of the negative comments that I see, you know, on YouTube about me, about truck drivers, about my sponsors. I mean, just the whole nine. Those people are irrelevant. But just understand that, yes, I get that it may be a concern for someone that's thinking about getting into the truck driving industry, or, you know, truck drivers that maybe got complacent over the years. It certainly happens. There's weeks that go by where I fall out of my routines, and it makes me feel bad. You know, just not feel bad that I'm not doing it, but literally feel bad when I'm not working out, when I'm not eating right. So just understand that it is a choice that you have to make, just like anything else in life. And don't worry about what other people think, what other people say. If I did that, there wouldn't be a YouTube channel, but that's okay. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. But as always, stay driven.